boys and girls. This week we are learning about the word creation. And more specifically, we're learning Genesis 1:1 and who made the world. So let's say that verse together. Are you ready? Genesis 1:1. In the beginning, God created the heaven and the earth. Great job. Now we're going to listen to how God and what God created. God is a being that has always been. God was there from all eternity. That means he never had a beginning. And guess what? God will never end. God does not die. But there was a point where God wanted to create. And so we're going to talk about in 6 days what God created. Before God created, there was nothing but himself. But then he spoke on the first day, and God made a mass of earth. Right here we'll see that, where God made a mass of earth. The earth did not have anything on it yet, and it was dark. But then God said, "Let there be light," and light appeared. God divided the dark from the light. So there wasn't a sun yet, but there was light, and there was dark. Then God said, on day 2 he spoke and formed the sky above and the water in the clouds above and divided the water in the clouds above from the water below. And the earth became a big ocean with a huge sky. So we see the earth here that has land on it. But on the second day, the earth did not have land. God made the sky and the water on the earth. So it was just a big ball of water. And then on the third day, God spoke, and the dry ground appeared with all its plants. And immediately the grasses and the trees appeared. And all of these growing things had seeds, so they could fall to the earth and grow. So that shows right here how God separated. There was water and there was earth now on the third day of creation. Then on the fourth day, God placed the sun and the stars in space. God set each star and planet in the galaxy in its place, and he put them in their exact orbits where they have stayed perfectly for thousands of years, not millions of years, like the world wants us to believe. The earth has only been a few thousand years old because God created it. We did not come from a big bang. Then on the fifth day, God spoke again and created all the creatures in the sea and in the sky. That's what we see here in this picture. He created whales and dolphins and all kinds of fish, and he created all of these birds. He created the bald eagle or the blue jay or the redbird. God made all of those things just by speaking them on day 5. And then on the 6th day, God made all of the animals just by speaking and making it so. He made the sheep and the horses and the cattle and kitty cats and all sorts of animals. He made things like lizards and spiders and monkeys and elephants and lions too. But the most important and special creation that God made was man. His most special creation was the human beings. Humans reflect God and his image, how God thinks and how God acts. The first human God made was Adam, and we see Adam right here in the garden with the rest of the animals that he had created on day 6. God took dirt from the earth and he formed a man from that dirt, and then God breathed. Can you do that with me? Breathe life into Adam, and Adam came alive. So God had created all these things. We're going to look at this picture here. There's Adam. God had formed him from the dirt, and then he breathed into his nostrils what the Bible calls the breath of life. And we have life and we have breath too, don't we? And then after that, God said that his entire creation was good from the very beginning of day 1 to the very end of day 6. Every single day that God created something, and we'll look at this picture again, he said that it was good. So let's go over that again, just from day 1. In the beginning, God created the heaven and the earth. And at first he formed the earth without form or void. And then He separated light and darkness on that same day. But then on day 2, God formed the sky and the water. So when he made the earth, it had a sky and the earth was full of water. But then on day 3, God spoke and made the earth. He put sand and dirt, and he put the actual ground on the earth. And he also put trees and plants and all things green and beautiful on the earth on day 3. Then on day 4, God put the sun, moon, and stars in the sky. He put them all there so we can look up and imagine how wonderful God is and all his glory. It's amazing when we can go out and look at the stars at night. Then on day 5, God spoke, and then on day 5, God made all the sea creatures and the birds. So everything that swims in the ocean and the lakes and everything that flies in the sky, God made on that day. But then on day 6, God created all the rest of the animals that are on the land. He made that giraffe and that elephant and snakes and all sorts of things. But the most special thing and God's favorite part of all of his creation was when he made man, when he made Adam from the dust of the ground. So next week, we're going to keep going on about what else God made and how his creation all came together. Thank you for spending some time with me today. We'll see you next week.